Hey guys, it's Zekin, and Happy New Year to you all. I know last year I said I was gonna be taking a break for Christmas vacation and everything, and during that time I actually got a lot of work done with the zoo and everything. So today I'm gonna be showing you everything I've done so far, including this nice, awesome entrance visitor center. So, well, I think I just said it. So this is inspired by the Missouri Botanical Gardens concept art for the new visitor center, which is going to be opening in, I think, 2020 or so. Well, they've started breaking ground for it, so maybe they're starting construction. I don't know. I don't really live in Missouri, so I don't know that much about what they're doing there. But so yeah, that's pretty much what's inspired by. So as we enter into here, I would like to quickly point out the fact that I made this nice custom automatic sliding door with the the sensor and everything, so we can sense when people are coming, but obviously it doesn't really work. So just to give it a nice thing, I think it just gives you the idea of it, like, you know, it's an automatic door and everything. So yeah, I'd like to give a big shout out to Rycie for her burling font. It really made the place pop out, made the sign pop out really well, and I think the font is really nice. Other than before, I actually put down the burning font without the sans. So this is the Berlin Sans font, so I really thought this was a much better option for the entrance sign than what I had before here. So, well, let's enter. As you enter, you would be greeted with this large sperm skeleton. Big shout out to Rudy, by the way, for his sperm skeleton sculpture statue stuff. It's on the workshop thingy, so be sure to head there to check it out and give him a like. Also give Rycie a like and subscribe to her stuff too as well. So that really brought out this area, because before I actually put this down, I didn't know what to actually put here. So this was really perfect for this area, and it's kind of like a conservation kind of thing where they'll show sperm whale numbers or endangered or anything, and maybe they'll give some information somewhere. And so I really thought that was really nice. And so as we walk to the left over here, you would see the restrooms, so that as you enter, and if you need to quickly visit the loo, you would have that option. And also there's a door from outside, so if you were coming from outside, you were able to just quickly take a number 1 or 2 in there and just come out. And so if you head to the left from the entrance, you would see the guest services area, in which you know, normal stuff, and you'll just walk through this line, because you know, if people are not arranged accordingly, it will be chaotic. So this line was, you line up here until a booth is open, and then you just walk up to one of the stands. So when you come out and you walk on this left path, you will be seeing the donor board, in which people who have donated in the past and everything, all their names will be shown on this board. I kind of gave it in alphabetical order, because so that easily find names of people over here. So maybe this would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then I added this last one for like names that are not like alphabet and stuff, maybe in another language or so. And so that was really nice. And so if you head on more to the left, you would see this food court. A big shout out to Kayzar for his condiment station and soda drink fountain over here. You have the ketchup, mustard, and relish over here, and the different options of soda. I really think it was built very well. So I'm not totally like down for this food court design, but I may fiddle with it. But this is just the idea. It's functional. Guests actually sit down, as you can see. They order food and they sit down to eat food, and that was its form of, well, its function over form. So sometimes you can get form over function, or function over form. Well, one sometimes has to be more than the other, so in this case it functions well, but I'll try to balance it out, have it look good later, maybe next or in later episodes. So if you head on from the left aisle over here, you would see this nice comical kind of board thing, which you to like you know how there are different posters in zoos persuading guests to like donate if they want to and stuff. So I have this actually scattered around over the zoo to like give people information about certain areas and everything. So I thought that was a really nice like comical funny feature over here. So okay, I would like to give a quick disclaimer. I'm not good at gift shops, and specifically cluttering things together, like small things like this. Like, big shout out to Mr. Domez for his shop stuff collection. If not, this place would have looked like a really awful place over here. Also, shout out to let me just see. Shout out to Mr. Gloomy Butt for his gift shop stands over here. And so I just put it just a memento over here so the guests actually walk in here. But apart from that, this place is very plain and everything. So I also like the food court. In this case, it's function over form, not form over function. So it functions well, so that's the main thing. So as you walk to the left over, right over here, you would see another restroom. So if guests actually want to come from the zoo and they don't want to go ahead to the entrance, they can just come here and take the loo and number 1 and number 2, I don't know, but they'll come here and use the restrooms. So one thing I see zoos do is they will have like a behind the scenes section, so the guests actually see how maybe animal food is prepared and research and stuff like that. And so I think I've seen a picture of it done in the San Diego Zoo. So I actually implemented that into this. So if you want to see how they do stuff in the research center, you just have a little peek over here and see how the research is done and everything. And if you want to see how like maybe keeper animal food is made, you can head over here and just like have a little peek and everything. Although it looks really messy from the onset, you can't change the interior clutter stuff. But one thing I actually really want is if Planet Zoo, if the devs gave us these individual clutter pieces to use, it would actually be very useful, because many of us have to like make our own clutter pieces. But if you like give us maybe this chair, this computer over here, the stand, the bin, all the bits and bobs over here. We'll be able to create like nice detailed office interior kind of stuff, not just to be like making stuff out like remember in Plan Code the Christmas pieces really works well. It's nice bottles and everything. This AC over here would be very useful in many areas, like maybe in a deserty zoo where the cost of having large industrial cooling is very high, but this will be very good in putting it in interiors and everything. And so I'm not really ranting them, I'm just kindly asking Frontier they could give us like all these nice clutter and everything to use individually in the zoo. So well, enough of that talk. Let's head on to the actual zoo, where I got a lot of things done. So this, like I said before, it's inspired by Missouri Botanical Gardens Welcome Center concept art. And so in the concept art, they actually have a nice mixed up garden in front of the, well, back from whatever, in front of the Welcome Center. It's has like some lavenderish, some spiky plants. Well, I don't know plant textures, so maybe I'll ask Micro or something, but I'm no microscope, so this is to my discretion. These plants over here work well as nice lavender looking plants, and so I thought that really came out really well. And so scattered about some modern stuff over here. And so this is the outdoor pavilion eating area for people who, like, if you want to eat outside, you just come outside over here and put your food down and then eat out in the outdoors. So you can have that option. Also, I scattered around these nice cute origami red panda sculptures everywhere, and I think they really make the place pop out. So if you head on down really into the zoo, this is actually the first thing I actually did before the actual visitor center and everything. And so this actually inspired me to do more of the modern-esque kind of designs. And so this is when I was experimenting with the hyperbolic canopy shapes. So I actually have uploaded a hyperbolic canopy set, so if you guys would want to check it out and experiment with yourselves different shapes of architectural modern-esque kind of things, you can go subscribe to it. I'll leave a link to it in the description, as well as any workshop item I've mentioned so far. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And so this pavilion area, I would imagine if guests would like to just come out, sit down and chill over here, like maybe the zoo would allow them to bring a couple of snacks and everything. They will come here, maybe sit down and be able to eat their home food or everything, and then look out into the zoo. The gardens. So the modern design of this area, I don't think it really clusters with the old vintage kind of look we have going here. The way I did it, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but it's nice gradient between the modern design and the old design, and I think it really works well, almost like a cohesive kind of nature over here. And so for this zoo, I actually plan to have a couple of elevation changes, not like totally crazy, but I would have a couple of different elevation changes at different points. And so what is very important is to have accessibility ramps for people to actually be able to use maybe wheelchairs and stuff, and so they can easily find ways to get down to different elevations. So you also have your regular stairs over here for those who are very impatient and just need to run down. And also, well, yeah, also this kind of area with gardening and everything. I didn't really want over the top for this modern-esque design because I think modern doesn't really drag a lot of colorfully plants and everything. So I really kept the color palette on the low saturated kind of side. So there's a lot of greens and just like a little pop of yellows and everything. Not totally over the top, but something that is cohesive enough with the modern design. Here's more of Rycie's nice Berlin Sans fonts over here for the gift shop and for the food cart over here. I think it really came out nicely. So well, if you head on to the back of the museum, you can this will lead you to like maybe this would be in like a rentable area or something like that. Like somebody can have like their canopies. Like if the zoo is doing like an event or a certain week in which they're doing like an art exhibit or something, they can line up some canopies over here in which stands and everything, so they can show off everything. So like maybe a festival or something. So that would be this would be a really good event space and everything. And so if you actually head out the stairs, for the stairs also I have a ramp over here for accessibility. And so if you head out the stairs, I'm planning actually, so if you would like to exit the zoo, well obviously at the end of the day you would come from the main entrance plaza over here, then you would make a right onto this pathway beside the outdoor eating pavilion, and you would make the exit out of the zoo over here. And maybe this area more rental areas, because mostly zoos don't really have a lot of income, so most of their income comes from rentable areas such as like event centers and everything, in which they rent out to people for money. And so that's what actually upkeeps zoos a lot. But I'd imagine maybe somebody sponsored the building of this new visitor center, and it maybe was designed by like a architectural class or something like that. And so this is really different from what I plan for the rest of the zoo. And so for the zoo, I am actually planning a kind of mixture between the old and the more modern designs and everything. And so I'll try to find a way to make them look cohesive enough. So more of what I did, if you would head down here past the museum and over here, I don't think I showed this much in the last video. This is like a desert plants area in which they planted desert plants and everything. Like you got cacti and some plants I don't know the names of. Well, I know aloe vera and stuff like that, which grow in really hot areas, and so this is like the space for them. And so yeah, more of what I did, I added this peafowl statue over here. I think it looks really nice. It accents the peafowl habitat very well, because like I said before, the peafowl is the actual mascot for the zoo. And so I'd imagine they want to they'd spend more money on this area. It's just to like make, because it's the mascot and everything. So I think they'll upkeep this area very well. That's the word I'm looking for. And so if you head on to the right, you would see this nice garden pavilion area for planting and everything. So you have your different plants in boxes, like lined up. Like this is some roses and some other plants I also don't know the names of. And so this was actually brought up by I'm sure all of you know his name, Mike Sheets. He brought up this design for using these plants, which I also don't know the name of, on the walls and using like climbing plants, and I think they really came out nicely. So I just built this whole structure over here, and oh, hi Rudy. I built this whole structure over here, and I put this down and put a fountain in between, and I really think it came out nicely. And so I put a restaurant area over here for people who want to sit down and eat, and so they would come out and go towards this outdoor eating area. So shout out to let me just 1 second, guys. Shout out to Nicholars LionRider for this playground set over here. I'll also put it in the description if you guys need it for anything. And this nice condiment station, I've forgotten who made it, but shout out to that person who did that over there. And so I think they really work nice as a nice outdoor seating area beside the Peafowl habitat area. And so if you would walk down over here, you would get more of that Central Park kind of park vibes from this path work over here. And so you would this is from the old entrance over here. So if you would be coming into the zoo from the old entrance, you would walk down this winding path to this outdoor eating area. Then if you would proceed to the Peafowl habitat over here, which forms like a nice if I may say, weenie to what you could see, because if you turn to the right from the old entrance, you would see this nice pop of blue over there. So you would be compelled to not want to see what's over there. And also, I would like to give a big shout out to Kinderly for his oak trees and also his Spanish mod. I would put that in the description below. They really have a nice texture to them, other than from the old the trees we have, the oak trees we have in the game. These ones are just perfect for this path over here, and I really love how it looks and everything. It looks really awesome. So shout out to Kinderly for that. So well, yeah, I keep saying well, yeah, but so I think I'm actually done with. That's all I can actually show you guys now. But so well, that's all I have for you guys today. If you like the video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not, and turn on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post anything new. And so yeah, see you later guys, and bye for now. Well, more cinematics are coming up next, so don't click away, I guess. So well, see you later guys, and bye for now.